Woody, back in action against Cheltenham tomorrow. How's the week been in preparation for this game?
Yeah, the boys have been buzzing this week, naturally off the back of the last two results, 2 clean sheets, 2 wins, so they're in good spirits. Obviously the game was called off in the week, so we prepared and trained on that day as well, so it's been a full training week, starting to get everyone back. Everyone's competitive, looking forward to getting back into another league game tomorrow.
Talking about a cancelled fixture, does that help you in your preparation or does that hinder you ahead of tomorrow?
Sometimes with the amount of games that we need to catch up on, we need the fixture and we need to get the games played. But obviously, naturally, with the weather we've had recently and the forecast, sometimes you can plan for that to happen. So luckily, we was able to train on the day and get something into their legs physically to make sure that we're prepared for the later end of the week, Thursday, Friday, which is, again, sort of like match prep, ready for the game tomorrow.
Well, you bounced back with a win in the league against Newport on Saturday. So how pleased were you with that performance? Yeah,
it was a really good performance. Some of the boys could have been a little bit sort of lax and a little bit lazy, maybe because of the win against Man United on the Tuesday. So it's really, really pleasing to approach that game mentally and have the right characters out on the pitch that got the 2 goals and the clean sheet to get us to 3 points. I think some of the boys sort of like didn't maybe want to be there, but actually when they got over the line and the game started, they approached the game in the right way. They had the right mentality, which was a big thing we spoke about in the week, to make sure that we've got the right mentality, the right character, to make sure that we turn up for all of the games that we have, and it's not just an FA Youth Cup season, making sure that we approach every game the same and make sure we try and apply the game plan to get the result that we need.
Before we talk about your opponents tomorrow, Gillingham and Sunderland faced in the tie for the FA Youth Cup, and Sunderland come out victorious. What do you know about them, and are you looking ahead to that tie in your busy, congested fixture list?
We haven't spoke about that tie this week. All focus has been on the Cheltenham game. As soon as the Cheltenham game's finished, then attention will turn to the Sunderland game. We'll do our due diligence like we've done on all of the other clubs, all of the other games. We'll approach it the same. Nothing will be any different. We won't do any of the pre-game. Any of the game plan and the prep that we do within training sessions will be very similar to the last 3 games that we played in the FA Youth Cup. But at the moment, all of our focus this week and today is going into the Cheltenham game tomorrow.
So ahead of the game against Cheltenham tomorrow, are you boosted with any returns to your players to your side?
Thankfully, Fletcher's now had a 4 weeks training. So it's brilliant for the boys, brilliant for him. He's had a really difficult period over Christmas. He missed the Man United game, which was very disappointing for him individually, but he's now back. He's not 100%, so we're not sure what we're going to do tomorrow with him yet, but he's had a full training week. He's been back with the group, so that's really, really pleasing for him and everybody involved.
So looking at Cheltenham, your next league opponents, what do you know about them and what threat will they pose?
Totally different threat to what we've had in the last 2 games. They play a different system, a certain style of play that we need to break down. We need to be good with the ball. We need to move their rigid sort of setup and defensive shape. We need to be really brave, play through the lines, and try to stress and stretch their back line and hurt them in behind if we can. They're very, very organised defensively, so we'll have to compete. At times they can be physical in certain areas of the pitch, so we need to match that as well. If we can match that and we pass the ball like we have done in the last few weeks, I'm sure that hopefully we'll get a positive result after the 90 minutes.
And just lastly, wanted to touch on the new interim head coach has come in and Gav Gunning. Is that going to help that relationship that you're building between the academy and the first team in allowing more players to get those opportunities with them?
Yeah, the relationship's the best it's been this season. We've had 4 or 5 different players go across and train with the first team in the last week. The dialogue and communication between the first team and the academy is close. It's making sure that we do the right things for each boy at the right times. That pathway is important. It's important that they can see their next step, their next challenge. So I'm glad that that's still there. The boys now, it's over to them, their mentality and character, keeping consistency within their performances in training and games. And I'm sure if they're doing it, the rewards will be there for them to train with the first team. And hopefully we can have more boys play out on the county ground within the first team environment that hopefully all of the academy staff and players are looking forward to.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Cheers, Carl.